Give me a second. Give me a second. Hey Taurus besties, and welcome to my channel, blahscrystalsale Taurus Tarot. Shit. If you're new to my channel, Taurus, welcome. Go ahead and subscribe. Don't leave my channel without subscribing. Make sure to like this video, Taurus, if it does resonate with you in any type of way. And or comment down below and let me know what you're thinking. Take the reading, Taurus, as it resonates with you. It will resonate differently for everyone. And Taurus, if you don't like my shit, get out my shit, okay? Any other information that I do not state as of now will be down below in the description box. Taurus, this is your August 2023 finance reading. You can book a personal reading on my website, blahscrystalsale.com. I will be live sometime later today on your Taurus channel for question and answers. And then I'll be moving to Leo, and then I'll be moving to my main channel. I don't know what time yet, so just look out for the live video that I post. You'll see me if you're looking for it. Other than that, let's get started with your reading because I don't need it to start overheating my phone and messing with this live. This video will not be that long, and if it is, I will cut it. I will cut it. So, love y'all. Thank y'all for joining me. Good afternoon, E. I think it's still afternoon. Quanicia, good afternoon. Let's move on with your reading. So, what are you setting course towards during the month of August, Taurus Spirit? What is Taurus setting course to? No more complaining. Complaints are affirmations of victimhood, which is never true spiritually. Take back your God-given power by affirming that you have an abundance of choices and freedom. With your increased confidence and assertiveness, watch these positive affirmations blossom into reality. What did you just say? Hold on. Shit. Basically, I feel like August, what you're setting course to is there's many opportunities. There's many ways for you to make the amount of money that you're trying to make. And I feel like the reason why you haven't been making it is you have been set on there's only one direction. There's only one course for you to end up making this making whatever type of money you want to make when there are multiple different ways. Meaning, there's multiple different realities that you can connect to, you can timeline jump into, but I feel like you have not been connecting to them because you have been doing the one that is most familiar. And when that doesn't work out, you do the next one that's most familiar. I feel like, excuse me, you have not broken into something new in a minute, right? This is where that constant complaining comes from. The complaining comes from the norm. Like you're constantly doing the same thing and you have not broken into a new reality or new timeline for your finances in a minute. So the timeline that you are on or the reality that you are facing has become quite annoying. Like, well, when are things going to change? And what I'm definitely getting is when you want things to change. That's when things are going to change. That's when you are going to be able to see the different perspectives, the different options when it comes to inquiring the amount of money that you desire to make. So different ways that you can make money could be there's a job or there's another job. There's you starting a business, whether it's a physical business somewhere or it's an online business. You doing the lottery or you doing a scratch off or something. Or you working under the table for somebody. Maybe even gambling, okay? Now, be careful with that one, even though that still is like the lottery. But I mean like the casinos or whatnot, right? Good evening or afternoon, Infinite. So I feel like what you're setting course to in August is finding another way. Finding another way. And I feel like you're going to be persistent with it. Finding another way until it is actually possible for you. You have the Queen of Wands. You have the Devil. And you have the Lovers. Yeah, finding another way until it's possible. So August, I feel like your focus when it comes to finances, this may be something that's really big for you. So if you are in the energy of, I want love, your finances may be most important in the month of August because I do feel like it's going to take the most out of you. So it's almost like if you want to change your love situation, you got to change your finances. If you want to change whatever it is, you got to change your finances. So like men, if you want to date, you got to change your finances, because who going to be able to afford the date? For my women, if you want to date, you got to change your finances, because what are you going to wear, and how you going to do your hair or whatever. Either way, I feel like your focus is really going to be on finances, but it's really going to be focused on finding that one particular way that you can jump into. There's many different ways that you can connect to creating a new line for your finances, a new line of income. But I feel like you're looking for that one particular way that allows it to be easy to jump into, right? What's my next big gig? What's my next big, thing that I can easily, manipulate my subconscious mind to believe is for me? Not the hardest thing. So I feel like in the past you may have been trying to go for, it's too big, it's damn near impossible. And it wasn't that it was too big or impossible, but your subconscious mind could never believe it. Right? It's too far in the future for you. That's how you view it, right? That's why the complaining came up. Too far in the future. It's way too big for you to even try to even imagine yourself having. So for instance, a lot of people that played the lottery when it came to the $1 billion, if you did not win, it comes down to it was too fucking big for you to even fucking believe that you could even achieve it. Yes, you desired it. Yes, it sounded good. Yes, you want it. But it was too big for you to even believe that you would be the lucky winner without any doubt whatsoever. So I feel like August, this is where you're finding something that can get you where you want to get to, but there's different levels to this, right? So instead of jumping from level 1 to level 15, you're like, well, what is level 2? And what does level 3 look like? But I feel like you're starting to realize that you got to go in a certain order until yes, your subconscious mind actually starts to believe in it. So this comes into the obsession that I feel like you're going to have when it comes to your finances for August. You got the Page of Cups. So you're going to be starting small. There has to be a small offer there. If you don't believe that you can get the $50, you're never going to get the $500. So you may find yourself playing around just a little bit when it comes to your finances in August, because you got to see what works. You got to see what works. You have the Three of Swords. And you have the Five of Swords. Yeah, you got to see what works. Because all you know as of right now is this current reality when it comes to your finances is not working for you. It is not something that you want to deal with currently. Something has to change, but I feel like you're realizing exactly what needed to change. It's okay to dream big, but if you can't even believe those big dreams that you're having, of course you're not going to obtain it. And constantly trying to obtain a certain amount of finances, let's just give an example. That $50,000, constantly trying to achieve it and constantly not getting the $50,000 is going to do a number on you, right? That'll do a number on anybody, no matter what anybody says. If you're constantly not getting your goals met, it's going to end up, making you feel some type of way, like, well, maybe I'm not good enough, or maybe it's not for me, when it is. It's just too high for you right now. You got to pace yourself, work yourself to that $50,000 that is possible for you. So I feel like August, the course that you're headed towards, basically. Yona, good afternoon. The course that you're headed towards is the next level. What's the next level? You're going to stop trying to skip past it. So instead of going for that billion, you're going to go for, well, what is actually next that I can actually obtain? What can I actually obtain? So if I can't get the $1 billion, I can't get that job, right? I can do this when it comes to my business and bring in a certain amount of money. So I feel like you're choosing a new goal that's more realistic, basically, in a nutshell. Something that's more realistic that you can obtain, so you can, tell your subconscious mind that you can have more. And then I feel like you're going to go from there. But August is definitely about setting a new course to obtaining something that's more realistic when it comes to your finances. All right, well, let's move on. So, what will you break into, Taurus? You have the Eight of Cups, The need to move on, seeking more from life than what you are experiencing, which we pretty much just said. A spiritual quest, choosing to make big life changes, a change in priorities, leaving home. So yeah, you gonna break into something new, Taurus, because I feel like at this point you're sick of it. You got the Ace of Pentacles at the bottom. You're sick of it. You're sick of it. You're bound to break into something new. You're bound to find a new way that works for you to bring in the money that you want to bring in. But I told you it's more on the realistic goals versus I'm dreaming big, right? That's for your vision board. Put them big dreams on your vision board and get to them when you get there, right? In order to get to those big dreams, you got to start somewhere. You got to work your way there. Because yes, sometimes it can happen easily, right? But a lot of times it's not going to happen that easy. And for those that it does happen easily for, they've already gone through their steps. They just don't realize it. You have the Knight of Pentacles. Loyal, dedicated, protective, apprehensive. Plan carefully before taking action, but then get going. Pay attention to the details. Wait for perfect timing. A guardian angel or someone who watches over you. So, yeah, I feel like what you're breaking into is basically that next level. There will be a next level. But I feel like if you don't look at it like a next level, that subconscious mind of yours is not going to be able to accept what it is that you're dreaming big about. If you keep looking at that achievement as something small, I mean, how are you going to get to the next level after that? You don't even see it as a huge accomplishment. That is something big. It should be something big. It should be something major. You need to start telling yourself that it is something major, so therefore you can start to believe the big shit that you are trying to manifest. You got the Ace of Wands. Damn! You got the Ace of Cups. That's all beautiful. And you got Temperance here, right? You got the Eight of Swords right here. So you may have been feeling some type of fear when it came to what it is that you've been wanting, what it is that you've been desiring, as if it was never going to show up. And I told you already, that's because you kept trying to aim too big and skipping the parts that you needed. But I feel like what you're going to break into is something new. You are going to hit a new level, but you really do need to pat yourself on the back. And I don't care what type of party you decide to have, you need to have it. Okay? You need to tell yourself that you made a huge accomplishment. You have a huge accomplishment on your hands. You started something new, something that was out of the norm that you would not have done before. So you going to go get that job or whatnot is something out of the norm. Whether you're starting a new job or you're going back or whatever else it is, or, you know, you're starting whatever the fuck you're starting, okay? Because there's something new here, but it could be connected to something old. It's something that you would have never done, right? Think about it when you have too much pride and you be like, I'll never do that, right? In the past, I'll never do that. But although that was an option, don't lose me, hold on. I'll never do that, although that was an option. You'll never do that. So instead of doing it, even though it was an option, you decided to keep going the way that you were going and not getting the results that you wanted. And then the constant complaining came from there. And now I feel like you have put aside your pride and decided, well, fuck it. Let's see what this has to offer. And I feel like this that you would never do is what's actually going to bring you the financial blessing that you need to go to that next level. So there's something, Taurus, that you told yourself you would never do or you didn't want to do. You're going to end up doing it. Okay. At this point, what do you got to lose? So what will you discover or realize, Taurus? You don't sign that contract. They either said it wasn't worth it or it was worth it. I don't know what the fuck they said. Ask for help, assistance. This probably the shit that you said you would never do. Okay? You ain't want to be bound to somebody or feel like you owed somebody. You said you would never do this. Whether this comes from the universe, you asking the universe for assistance, you asking somebody else for assistance. You said, either way, you said you would never do it. But I feel like it works in your favor. You got power couples, both got your own. So Taurus, this more than likely involves someone else. This in the month of August. It involves assistance from someone else. May not like it, but shit. It is what it is. That's what your fucking readings say. Okay. So it doesn't have to necessarily be, you got the 3 of coins here. I feel like it's someone that you said you would never ask. At least they would be your last resort. And I feel like you would try not to make them even a resort, like even an option whatsoever. Whether this is a family member, this is your boss, this is whoever the fuck else exists, okay? You said you wouldn't do it. You said you wouldn't do it. So I feel like you were always counting out that option, but you're going to need the assistance to get to that next level. You can't do it on your own. If you could, you would have. You would have. I feel like it's like Spirit saying you need to stop just counting on the universe to just drop it in your lap and start looking at the universe bringing people in your life to assist you, right? That person is there for a reason. There's a reason why you're still connected to that person. They're there for a reason, but you don't want to use them, for any type of assistance when it comes to your finances. You got the 9 of Wands. So you let the wall just burn down around you. Let all chaos go down around you. Let your finances get however the fuck they getting because you refuse to step out of your ego and ask for assistance. That person is there for a reason. The universe has to bring an assistance somehow, some way to get you to this next level. Shonda, good afternoon. You got the 3 of Wands. They could help you now. Okay, you see that fire there? At least you got a team player right there. Instead of sitting up, 9 of Swords at the bottom of the deck, instead of sitting up at night worrying, right? Because that subconscious mind is going to feed whatever eat whatever you're feeding it. And if you're feeding it constant worries, when you have a way out of the situation, then I really don't know what to tell you. So this could be where you're like, well, I don't want to go on food stamps, right? I don't want government assistance. I don't want to ask my family members. I don't want to ask my boss for that raise. Like, I want them to see that I deserve the raise. I don't want to ask my boss for that promotion. I don't want to ask my best friend to borrow some money, right? But it's going to get you in a better predicament. It's going to get you in a better predicament. But I feel like there's something that has been waiting on you, but waiting for you to put that ego aside. You got the 7 of Wands, not wanting that assistance whatsoever. Damn, Taurus. King of Swords. I feel like it's like Spirit saying you done all that you can do. You have the 6 of Cups here. You done all that you can do. 8 of Swords at the bottom. You're going to need the help. You're going to need the help. And it's not always something that you want to do, but in life, we need help sometimes. Right? And the universe will send help however they feel necessary. The closest person to you is the person that's going to be able to help you. Because Spirit is saying the person that you're easily able to listen to, or that's closer to you, is the person that they're going to give the money to give to you. Right? They just got a raise. They have a savings or something. They got something. That Spirit is like, well, I'm going to go ahead and put it in their heart to help you. But only when you put your ego aside, only when you put your pride aside to ask for help. There's a lesson that still needs to be learned. In order for you to go to this next level, there's something that needs to be given up. There's something that needs to be learned. There's something that's standing in the way. And I feel like that is your ego. That fear, right? That fear is what's stopping you from having what it is that you desire. And this doesn't always just have to be about a person necessarily, but there's something within you, Taurus, that you won't allow yourself to be or won't allow yourself to do. What is it? Think about it. Because that's what you're going to have to try in August, okay? If you want to go to this next level, that's what you're going to have to try. Some of you guys are too afraid to take a risk to travel somewhere or to move somewhere, knowing damn well you need to be out of that situation in order for your finances to get better. So it may not just involve a person. It simply may just be you just standing in your own way, your own thoughts stopping you from going on and getting better, right? Getting the money that you really do want. You want that 50,000 and you know you're not going to get it from where you are. And if you continue to stay where you are, you're going to continue to complain about it and you're going to continue to feed your subconscious mind nothing but that negativity. Nothing but that I can't do it. I don't think it's possible. You know, you're constantly going to see the reality that's right in front of you. It's never going to shift. So timeline jumping into this new reality, I don't give a fuck how many times you sit in that motherfucking tub and try to, timeline jump, or how many meditation videos you decide to do and try to timeline jump, or try to, whatever the fuck else it was. It's not going to happen, because how do I say it? Where's your action behind it? Where's your action behind it? You can try to manifest and think about and, visualize and make all the vision boards you want to make. But Spirit is saying, but where's your action behind it? You don't have these people, places, or things around you for no reason. They're there for you to use them. But if you keep getting set and I want to do it my way and I don't want to do it that way, then that's what's constantly going to happen. So I feel like August definitely is all about focusing on what you did not do before that you can do now. Accepting it. Go ahead and accept it. If you continue to say, well, fuck, I'm not going to do it, well, then I guess I don't deserve it, then hey, that's what it's going to be, because that's what it already is. So, shit, I don't know what to fucking tell you once again. Let's move the fuck on. So, what's coming your way, Taurus? You got unexpected income. Come on. You got some warnings coming in, but you got expectation at the bottom of the deck. So it's like, that there's money coming in, that there's another way to make it come in. You just don't want to do it. I told you, somebody giving it to you, somebody helping, whether this is you go take out a loan or something and you trying to fight your hardest not to take out that loan or whatever, because you want to be able to do it yourself somehow, some way. But Taurus, put it aside. The money's coming. The money's coming. It just may not come the way that you expected it to, the way that you would have liked it to, right? That last resort is going to have to be used. Come back and watch this reading if you have to, when you get to this point. So if you sit here and say, this don't resonate for me, it may not, because it's for August anyway. But come back and watch this reading when you get to this point. Because, yep, that person that you're thinking of, or that person, place, or thing that you're thinking of, you're going to have to use that option. Spirit ain't telling you to sell your damn soul to get it. You got justice. It's temporary. Two of Wands. Yeah, Spirit's trying to rectify something in your life. You have the Knight of Swords. Spirit's trying to rectify something in your life. The World at the bottom. Spirit's trying to rectify something in your life, Taurus. In order for you to obtain more, it's like this next level. It's harder to jump to. How do I say it? It's harder to jump to alone. It's harder to jump to alone. Spirit's trying to rectify something in your life. As deep as you've allowed your mental to go when it comes to your finances. How do I word that? You've set yourself back. Think of how long you have been discouraging yourself. Think about it. How long have you been discouraging yourself? How long have you been telling yourself that, it's probably not going to happen, or I don't deserve that, or even asking yourself, because that still goes into discouraging yourself. When is it going to happen? You're still telling yourself you're in disbelief, like it's not going to happen. If you got to question it, then you don't really believe it. Okay. So I feel like Spirit's trying to rectify something in your life. Spirit's trying to rectify your finances. Okay. Spirit's trying to rectify your finances. In order to get to this next level, this has to be rectified. Because I feel like you can't be afraid to ask for assistance. Think about the billionaires or whatnot. You know, some of y'all want to be billionaires. Some of y'all want to be millionaires. You think they will ever be afraid to ask for assistance when they go to their buddies and say what they need? They got a project that they're working on. They may not necessarily ask, but you know, there's a thing of, let me tell people my idea. You know, when I go to the bank because I have a business idea, that's me asking for assistance, but I'm telling them my idea in hopes that they'll jump on board, right? Everything doesn't need to be no. Hold on. Something's not going to be able to be kept in silence. Something's not, in order for it to be rectified, Taurus, I know you've been trying to do it on your own for the longest, but something's not going to be able to be kept in silence from certain people, So like I said, going back to the examples of the billionaires and the millionaires, they still ask for assistance. But why can you not ask for assistance? That's one thing that I don't really understand. And hey, I gotta be my own self, but we're not talking about me right now. That's one thing I really don't understand is why, like, you know, you don't got a lot, right? Not saying that you don't, but just listen. You don't have a lot, but yet you're afraid to ask for assistance because you're afraid for somebody to tell you no, to reject you in some type of way, or feel like you owe them in some type of way. You know how many billionaires borrow money and owe that motherfucker money, whether they pay it back or not? You see it. You see it in the news. You see it when, you know, people start to talk about it, of Kanye owes money or whatever. Somebody didn't pay their taxes or whatnot. Doesn't take away from the fact that they got that money. Doesn't take away from the fact that they, you know, are still billionaires or millionaires. You know, the way that they flip money or whatever else it is, the way that they go to their friends and their family and they ask for assistance, whether they get a yes or no. They don't stop. If somebody tells them no, they know it's a good idea. They're going to find somebody, whether it's some dummy or whatever, to, you know, benefit them in some type of way. What's the word? It's profit from. There's another word. Profit from. Why are you so afraid to do what others do? Others that you wish to be like, you know, you want to be in their timeline. Why are you so afraid to do it? I keep hearing, I don't know where it come from, and I may have the saying wrong. I think I'm switching it into my own little shit, but thou with so little money. But sorry. My bad, sorry. Why? I'm trying to figure out how to word it. Why do you reject what you have not tried? Okay. And let's just say you tried it before and it did not work. I told you once again, those millionaires, those billionaires don't have an issue with, I need to hurry up. Don't have an issue with, you know, trying again. Why do you? Why do you have an issue? If they got to where they got to, and you're trying to get there, they didn't just stop and give up and say, oh, this doesn't serve me, I'm not going to try this way. Oh, that's a big risk, I'm not going to try this way. Oh, this person's going to think this about me, I'm not going to try it. They did it. And I feel like you have to rectify this situation. Your thoughts of, well, I'm too good for that. You know, my pride is in the way. And why is your pride so fucking big for something you don't even have? Not trying to be mean, but that's what I got. Okay. But why is your pride so big for something you don't even have? Can you really afford to reject it? Can you really afford to reject it? Really, you can't, because that's the reason why you don't have the finances that you want. You can't afford to reject it. Right? You can't afford to say, I can't try that. You can't afford to say that. That's why the fucking fire is fucking burning down your damn wall now. Spirit's saying, it gots to go. It gotta go. That's why chaos may be running havoc now. It gotta go. That mentality that you've had for, I've been spitting, for a very long time has to go. You cannot continue to think that way and think that you're gonna get ahead. It's not gonna happen. You're gonna keep getting the same reality. Spirit's message. Don't drink the poison, damn it. Do not drink poison. Do not do things you know are bad for you. And that's what I feel like you've been doing. Poisoning your damn self with your own mental thoughts, okay? We feel like it works for us, but in the end, if you really look at it, you got choices at the bottom of the deck. If you really look at it, damn it. Shit, I should have shut the fuck up. If you really look at it, you've been poisoning your mind when it comes to your finances. That's why you don't have what it is that you want. That's why that next level has become harder and harder to get to when it's really not that hard. You've been poisoning your mind. I feel like Spirit's saying you need to stop doing that. All that fear, if fear shouldn't even exist in your reality, but it does, based off of the things you have been poisoning your mind with. Whether it's certain people around you, whether it's what you're watching, whether it's just how you were raised, you've been poisoning your mind. You got choices at the bottom, which says feeling blocked and restrained. Get out the sunken place, Taurus, especially when it comes to your finances. And focus on doing things that you did not do before. Discovering things that you have not discovered before. There's many new ways to try something. You got the Two of Pentacles here. There's something I'm really trying to get, but I keep missing it. When you look at people, be careful what you take in, but when you look at people, look at the many ways that they've done what you are trying to do. Because many people have done it before you. Look at the many ways that they did what you are trying to attempt. Look at it. Listen to it. I think I said in somebody's reading, there's YouTube videos about it, TikTok things about it. It's on Google. There's websites for it or whatnot. Look at the many ways that people have done what it is that you are trying to do. And really focus on the ones that you say, I can't do. That seems too hard. Look at those ways. Because the easy way is really not going to work for you, because I feel like you got to break a barrier here. The Lovers. And stop trying to do it the same damn way that you did it before, because that can only work for so long. You can only be in that vibration for so long. That's only going to call in the same amount of money that you've been getting. You got to change it. You got to change it. Spirit's saying you got to start making different decisions. You got to start making different choices than what you have been doing before. It's not going to work for too long. You got the King of Pentacles. Do not get comfortable. Do not get complacent. Yes, you want to party because it worked. Now discover something else. I feel like if you keep that system up, you'll keep building and building and growing and growing. But a lot of times we do something, we accomplish something that we, finally did, and then we get stuck there. I'm going to continue to do this because it works for me. And it's only going to work for so long, because eventually you're going to want something more. So I finally made it to 10,000. It works for me. So I'm going to keep getting this 10,000 and 10,000 and 10,000 and 10,000. But what's going to happen? Eventually you're going to get bored. You're not here to just consistently be that version of you. You're going to need to evolve. You're going to have the desire to evolve, because making 10,000, 10,000, 10,000 is only going to afford you a certain amount of things, right? Eventually your mind is going to be like, ooh, I really desire the 60,000, right? And which is where you may be at. Change the numbers if you have to. Which is where you may be at. But what have you been doing for the longest time? 10,000, 10,000, 10,000. So, it makes it hard for you to just jump to the 60,000. Yes, you have the goal, but Spirit is saying, had you got to that 10,000, figured out how you was going to get to 15,000, how you was going to get to 20,000, how you was going to get to 25,000, you would be almost to that 60,000, or you would already be there, right? If I think back to when I started the main channel, I think I told you guys this many times, but I need it right now so it could resonate for you a little clearer. When I started the channel, I started from zero as everybody else. And then I used to make goals with myself so I wouldn't be consistent. I changed a lot of shit. I got complacent, very complacent. But I really just did not give a fuck. But when I started the channel, I used to make goals with myself. So I used to find people on YouTube, and you could find this how you need to do it. Find someone who has something that you desire, right? So I used to find readers, and I would follow them for the time being that had just a little bit more than me. A little bit more than me. And then I would end up posting and posting and posting and posting and posting until I passed them. Then I would unfollow them because I wasn't following them to watch their shit. I would unfollow them and find someone else that would have a little bit more than me. And I would keep going and then I would reach it. And I would unfollow them and find someone else who had a little bit more than me. And then I would keep going until I reached it, right? Eventually, I got complacent with what the fuck I had. I was okay with what I had. But Spirit is saying, if you want more, how are you going to get there if you don't, try to keep going, to push past your boundaries, to push past your current beliefs? You got to keep going, Taurus. And I feel like for a minute, this is why the complaining has happened. This is why you've been feeling stuck, because you stopped growing financially, but you stopped growing mentally, right? You're a human being living the human experience. You have to keep evolving. You have to keep growing. And if you stop at any time, those desires will not stop. Those desires will be there. And you're going to look back, maybe even at your current life now, and feel like, well, I could have been, where blah, 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 blah. One of the reasons why, if the military had allowed me to join again, which they wouldn't because my crowns and stuff, but if they did, I would have never joined again, because I would have got pissed off at myself, as in, like, I could have been, probably by now, I probably would have been a sergeant first class, but probably maybe a little higher. It all depends, but probably a sergeant first class at this point. I could have been someone else, but no, if I had rejoined, I would have went back in once again as a specialist, and I would have had young bucks over me, and that wasn't going to fucking happen. Wasn't going to fucking happen. Except them infantry, they be fucking getting fucking promotions out of the woodworks. Like, how the fuck? What the fuck? But honestly, I be feeling like they be giving infantry promotions because they know they're not really going to survive. Not really wanting to say that, but I really do think that. But either way it goes, Spirit is saying, where's the challenge, Taurus? You are a fucking Taurus. Where is the challenge? Where's the challenge in you? Kim, hello, good afternoon. Where's the challenge? Don't stop. Okay, so when you reach this next goal, Spirit is saying, run with it. Keep going. Find the next best thing that you can jump into. Keep the energy going. So when you reach this next financial goal that you are going to set for yourself, okay, but make it realistic so you can start to really believe it. When you reach it, keep going. Find something else that you desire that can be realistic for your mind to really wrap your head around and believe, and go after it. However you can do it. Look at the options that surround you. Remember, the universe is going to ask the universe for help. Whatever shows up, whether it's good or bad, use what you got. Use what you got to take that leap to the next thing. And then when you get to that level, ask the universe for help again, set a new goal, ask the universe for help again, and use what shows up there, person, place, or thing. Okay? Even if that means you're going back, because you're only going back temporarily so you can move forward. Anyway, y'all, that's pretty much our reading. Bye, y'all.